Stop. Don't move. Before your next breath, answer this. Do you think people treat you better when they finally understand you? Do you believe if you explain long enough, the room will become kind? Do you assume clarity creates loyalty? If yes to any, here's the dangerous truth you've been avoiding. Explanation is a discount dressed as virtue. The world doesn't reward the over-explained, it rewards the well-framed. It doesn't follow the loudest transparency. It gravitates to the person who carries tension without leaking it. Machiavelli learned this, where a single glance promoted allies and a single pause executed plans. Power belongs to those who guard mystery and ration clarity like oxygen. You won't lie. You will stop bleeding context. You won't become cruel. You will become unreadable until terms are set. This is the law of mystery, not magic, mechanics. You're going to install a system that makes people calibrate to you without a speech. You will still be kind, on schedule. You will still be generous with gates. You will still be human, under law. In the next minutes, I'll hand you 7 rules that turn explanation into leverage and silence into gravity. If you're ready, type sealed, lower your pitch by 1 note, and hold 5 seconds of quiet. Feel the room lean? Good. That's tension learning your name. First, a 10-second cloak protocol. Use it at every threshold: office, call, conflict, stage. Second one, exhale like weather, not prey. Second 2, drop your note by 1. Urgency looks childish against calm. Second 3, widen your gaze by an inch. Scan for exits and owners before faces. Second 4, still your hands. Motion confesses need. Second 5, slow your step by a third. Rushing is begging in shoes. Second 6, tilt once then level. You heard, you're unmoved. Second 8, name the arena. Definition or dominance. Pick one. Second 9, build 2 doors. Every request becomes a choice. Second 10, 1 beat of quiet, then 5 to 7 words. Final, not friendly. You think that's theater. It's geometry. Arrange tone, tempo, and terms, and people flow toward you like water downhill. Here are the 7 rules. We'll tattoo them now and deep drill the first 3 today. 2. Selective disclosure. Fit, owner, budget before process. 3. Quiet framing. Verdict first, silence after. 4. Stone language. Publish outcomes, openings, rules, nothing else. 5. Door architecture. Every ask returns as a binary. 6. Warmth after law. Charm contained, not poured. 7. Endings as law. Echo, date, exit. Because is a bribe you pay to be allowed to be clear. Rule 1. Schedule scarcity. Mystery hates open calendars. Publish 2 windows weekly and protect them like crown jewels. That's weather. Weather doesn't beg, it announces. No signer, no meeting. No deposit, no date. Rush exists, priced at triple. Explanation addicts think availability equals service. Professionals know availability signals status. Silence. Psychological label, schedule framing. The room now measures itself against you, not the other way around. Metaphor. Lighthouses don't chase boats, boats correct to light. Fieldcraft inside Rule 1, never post wide open weeks. Publish stones, not strain. Phase 1 delivered. If someone misses, they move to the back. Reschedules pay. Mercy without a meter is a subsidy for chaos. Mercy with a meter becomes partnership. Rule 2, selective disclosure. Stop narrating your process to the uncommitted. Free maps build cheaper guides. Fit, owner, budget first, then the vault opens. Scripted once. We confirm goals, constraints, decision owner, and budget. Then guard it. If curiosity is free, your value is free. Old you gives a 20-minute seminar to feel useful. Silence. If they refuse fit, they're not a buyer, they're an audience. Psychological label, sequence integrity. Metaphor, you don't pass the castle keys through the mail slot because someone admired the door. Plays to protect Rule 2, the gate switch. They ask for process, you ask for budget. You do not switch back first. Whoever switches first loses terrain. The echo. Repeat their last decisive words and hold. Quiet. Most rooms will deliver the path to the signer or admit their window shopping. The cold read. Silence. If you're right, they submit. If you're wrong, they correct with the number you needed. Either way, you stop teaching for free. Rule 3. Quiet framing. Explanation pleads, verdicts frame. You will speak in decisions, not dissertations, and let silence invoice the truth. 2 seconds before a question, 5 seconds after a verdict. If your stomach flips in that gap, good. Your nervous system is learning that quiet is a lever, not a void. Replace paragraphs with 5 to 7 word seals. Deliver at half speed. Hold 5. The person who fills the quiet pays in information, in budget, or in respect. Live examples so this sticks under heat. Hold, hold. You didn't become hostile, you became legible. Legibility is kindness for adults who ship. Old you narrates to prove competence. Hold. If they insist, they wanted a free class, not a solution. Let them exit early. You just hired your hours back. Old you defends your worth with biography. New you delivers a box. Silence. Stand. Leave. Exits teach faster than essays. The Whisper Network will repeat your rule next time so no one loses the meeting again. You want warmth without becoming edible? Offer it after law. One controlled smile after you've decided. One clean thank you when someone meets the rule. One calm I was wrong when data proves it. And then you weld a clause so it cannot repeat. Charm without edges gets eaten. Charm behind glass becomes rare. Now the drills, because quotes don't change reflexes, reps do. 5-word forge. Today, compress 3 real decisions to 5 to 7 words. Deliver at half speed. Hold 5. Send it that way. Door first. For 24 hours, answer every ask with a binary before any sentence. You're teaching your mouth and the room that your reality arrives as choices, not chores. Monk Minute. Before any charged call, face a blank wall for 60 seconds. 3 exhales longer than inhales. Enter on a low note. Your calm is not politeness, it's pressure management. Surgical exit. And 1 conversation this week at the second mock. Not angry, not moral. We're off track. Stand. Leave. Log how fast the room invites you correctly next time. Metrics, because feelings lie when you stop explaining. Silence yield. Average seconds you held after verdicts before new information surfaced. Target 5. 7 in hot rooms. Door obedience. Percent of decisions made inside your 2-door frame after 1 repeat. Target rising. Signer rate. Percent of meetings with the decision owner present. Target 80%. Scope seal. Percent of tweaks priced or moved to phase 2. Target 100%. Corridor closures. Number of decisions moved back to 1 channel. Target non-zero weekly. 2 dips in a row? Raise the floor. Add a clause. Close a hallway. Publish an outcome. Translate that word. Hard means predictable. Predictable means safe to collaborate with. Mystery is not manipulation. It's oxygen for focus. When you stop performing your process, people stop performing theirs. Rooms quiet. Budgets appear. Decision owners attend. That sensation you've been calling fairness is actually relief, the relief of law. Before we close part 1, imprint the 7 rules again with a single line for each so your mouth can find them under heat. Verdict first. You will stop explaining to be chosen and start arranging to be obeyed. You'll trade confession for tension, paragraphs for doors, apologies for clocks, and panic for quiet. If this landed, write one 5 to 7 word verdict in the comments right now. Final, not friendly. Hold 5 seconds of quiet. Feel the temperature drop? That's mystery becoming law. Binary choice. Keep selling your value with essays or guard your value with structure. If you choose structure, tap like. Subscribe and ring the bell for part 2, where we turn rules 4 through 7 into live fire. Stone language that builds precedence. Door architecture that kills fog. Warmth that doesn't get eaten. And exits that make rooms teach themselves. Share this to the friend who tries to be understood by explaining. Breathe once. 1 beat of silence. Now move. Stop. Hold 1 clean breath. Before you speak again, answer this. Do you think more words make you safer? Do you believe if you narrate every step, people will finally treat you right? Do you assume clarity is loyalty's mother? Dangerous truth. Explanation is how rooms stall you without saying no. Machiavelli learned it in halls where long speeches fed rivals. Power moves when language is stone, not soup. If part 1 taught you to seal your mouth, part 2 teaches you to shape what comes out. Rule 4 through Rule 7, the machinery that turns mystery into law. If you're ready, type stone. Drop your note by 1 and count 5 into the quiet. Feel the pull? That's gravity turning on. Rule 4. Stone language. Publish outcomes, openings, rules, nothing else. Exit low and clean. Verdict first. You will stop explaining to be chosen and start arranging to be obeyed. You'll trade confession for tension, paragraphs for doors, apologies for clocks, and panic for quiet. If this landed, write one 5 to 7 word verdict in the comments right now. Final, not friendly. Hold 5 seconds of quiet. Feel the temperature drop? That's mystery becoming law. Binary choice. Keep selling your value with essays or guard your value with structure. If you choose structure, tap like. Subscribe and ring the bell for part 2, where we turn rules 4 through 7 into live fire. Stone language that builds precedence. Door architecture that kills fog. Warmth that doesn't get eaten. And exits that make rooms teach themselves. Share this to the friend who tries to be understood by explaining. Breathe once. 1 beat of silence. Now move. Stop. Hold 1 clean breath. Before you speak again, answer this. Do you think more words make you safer? Do you believe if you narrate every step, people will finally treat you right? Do you assume clarity is loyalty's mother? Dangerous truth. Explanation is how rooms stall you without saying no. Machiavelli learned it in halls where long speeches fed rivals. Power moves when language is stone, not soup. If part 1 taught you to seal your mouth, part 2 teaches you to shape what comes out. Rule 4 through Rule 7, the machinery that turns mystery into law. If you're ready, type stone. Drop your note by 1 and count 5 into the quiet. Feel the pull? That's gravity turning on. Rule 4. Stone language. Publish outcomes, openings, rules, nothing else. You will stop selling yourself with paragraphs and start signaling with stones. Stones are short, dry, time-stamped lines the market can't argue with. Structure. 3 stones weekly. Stone A. Outcome shipped. Stone B. Opening available. Stone C. Rule unchanged. Example. Prototype delivered Tuesday. Openings Thursday 10. That's it. No emojis to buy acceptance. No autobiography to seduce belief. Evidence is a quiet megaphone. You post stones, the room does the math. Metaphor. You're stacking cairns on a mountain path. Hikers follow rock, not poetry. Machiavellian reason. Stones create rumor with timestamps. Rumor with timestamps becomes law without speeches. Trying invites pity bids. Shipping installs obedience. Freedom without form looks cheap. The honest thing isn't your feelings, it's your fence. Comment affirmation. If you've ever posted a long progress thread and got silence, type stone only and cut it to 3 lines. Rule 5. Door architecture. Every ask returns as a binary. Fog is where leverage drowns. Doors kill fog. From now on, nothing returns as a monologue. Everything returns as 2 doors. Default doors. A. Full scope at my rate. B. Reduced scope at your number. Alternative doors. A. Standard timeline at standard rate. B. Rush timeline at triple. Access doors. A. Signer present, we meet. B. No signer, we reschedule. Process doors. A. Fit owner budget today, plan tomorrow. B. Skip fit, no plan. Deliver them in 5 to 7 words. Half speed, then silence. The first person to fill the quiet pays, in money, in clarity, or in self-selection out. Psych label. Binary compulsion. Brains seek closure. 2 doors require ownership. Metaphor. You're not a maze, you're a toll bridge with 2 lanes. Predator image. The lion does not explain the savannah, it presents a path. Plays inside Rule 5. The gate switch. They ask for your process, you ask for their budget. Do not switch first. Whoever switches first loses terrain. Silence. Mock repeated twice, end. Exits beat comebacks. The seal. If drift appears, repeat the door once and go quiet. If fog returns, move the item to phase 2 or close the thread. You are not avoiding empathy. You are preventing entropy. Comment affirmation. If you've ever written 5 DMs to clarify, write 2 doors and let your next message be a fork, not a sermon. Rule 6. Warmth after law. Charm contained, not poured. Charm without edges gets eaten. Charm behind glass becomes rare. You will not become cruel. You will become sequenced. Order of operations. Law, warmth, credit. Law. 5 to 7 word verdict first. Warmth. 1 controlled smile after you decide. Credit. 1 dry witness line when someone meets the rule. Delivered Friday. Psych label. Gated generosity. Kindness delivered on rails is valued. Kindness delivered on demand is harvested. Metaphor. The fox under glass. Sleek, visible, untouchable until schedule. Machiavellian reason. Warmth that follows law amplifies law. Warmth that precedes law dissolves it. Fieldcraft. Public kindness goes to behavior that met rules, not to personalities that ask nicely. Private mercy is priced or scheduled. Confession is upgraded into policy. That's not a diary. That's maintenance. Comment affirmation. If you overgive to be liked, type warmth after law and practice 1 smile after a verdict, not before. Rule 7. Endings as law. Echo, date, exit. Rooms remember endings more than monologues. You will stop bleeding your wins in corridor chatter. You will end like a gavel. Sequence. Echo. Repeat the decision in 1 line. Date. Attach the clock that moves money. Exit. Stand. No hallway therapy. Example. Version A chosen. Funds Friday. Stand. Phone down. Door. If someone lunges with 1 last thing, you apply the door architecture or you end. You don't dilute closure with comfort. Closure teaches faster than comfort. Psych label. Recency imprint. The final seconds brand the story that survives. Metaphor. The vault door doesn't argue, it closes. Predator image. The wolf leaves the clearing at its pace. The forest adjusts. Fieldcraft for endings. Second mock rule. The second public mock ends the room. Leave. The whisper network will tidy the behavior before your next arrival. 1 channel law. Decisions live in 1 thread. Corridor DMs get a link and silence. Coups need hallways, shut the vents. Now the live traps that will try to drag you back into explanation. And the cold responses. Trap. The transparency ambush. For fairness, outline your process. Silence. Silence. If they mock, end. You didn't punish them. You denied a free class. Rule 6. Warmth after law. Charm contained, not poured. Charm without edges gets eaten. Charm behind glass becomes rare. You will not become cruel. You will become sequenced. Order of operations. Law, warmth, credit. Law, 5 to 7 word verdict first. Warmth, 1 controlled smile after you decide. Credit, 1 dry witness line when someone meets the rule. Delivered Friday. Psych label, gated generosity. Kindness delivered on rails is valued. Kindness delivered on demand is harvested. Metaphor, the fox under glass. Sleek, visible, untouchable until schedule. Machiavellian reason. Warmth that follows law amplifies law. Warmth that precedes law dissolves it. Fieldcraft. Public kindness goes to behavior that met rules, not to personalities that ask nicely. Private mercy is priced or scheduled. Confession is upgraded into policy. That's not a diary. That's maintenance. Comment affirmation. If you overgive to be liked, type warmth after law and practice 1 smile after a verdict, not before. Rule 7. Endings as law. Echo, date, exit. Rooms remember endings more than monologues. You will stop bleeding your wins in corridor chatter. You will end like a gavel. Sequence. Echo. Repeat the decision in 1 line. Date. Attach the clock that moves money. Exit. Stand, phone down, door. If someone lunges with one last thing, you apply the door architecture or you end. You don't dilute closure with comfort. Closure teaches faster than comfort. Psych label. Recency imprint. The final seconds brand the story that survives. Metaphor. The vault door doesn't argue, it closes. Predator image. The wolf leaves the clearing at its pace. The forest adjusts. Fieldcraft for endings. Second mock rule. The second public mock ends the room. Leave. The whisper network will tidy the behavior before your next arrival. 1 channel law. Decisions live in 1 thread. Corridor DMs get a link and silence. Coups need hallways. Shut the vents. Now the live traps that will try to drag you back into explanation. And the cold responses. Trap. The transparency ambush. For fairness, outline your process. Silence. Silence. If they mock, end. You didn't punish them. You denied a free class. Trap. The sympathy bid. We're small, just this once. Mercy exists with a meter. Mercy without a meter teaches theft. Trap. The corridor coup. Triangulation off thread. Response. 1 channel for decisions. Link. Silence. Twice. And. Drama suffocates without oxygen. Trap. The public probe. Your price isn't fair. Response. Box. Stand. Leave. You didn't win applause. You taught precedent. Drills to make all 4 rules live in your bones. Stone drop. Daily micro. Post 3 lines only. Outcome, opening, rule. If you feel the itch to add context, delete it. Evidence is enough. Fork first. 24-hour challenge. Every inbound gets 2 doors before any sentence. You're reprogramming your mouth to deliver choices, not chores. Warmth on rails. Intentional reps. Choose 2 interactions today to hold warmth until after a verdict. Smile after law. Thank after delivery. Exit rep. Weekly. And 1 meeting at second mock. Calm. No spike. No sarcasm. We're off track. Log the aftershocks. Watch how fast invites come correct. Metrics. Because feelings lie the week you stop explaining. Stone frequency. Number of weeks you posted all 3 stones. Target streak rising. Door conversion. Percentage of threads that commit inside your 2-door frame after 1 repeat. Target rising. Warmth discipline. Count of times you delivered warmth after law, not before. Target rising. No more than 1 exception per week. Exit ratio, second mock endings divided by total confrontations. Non-zero weekly. 2 dips, your ladder is rusting. Oil it. Corridor closures. Decisions return to the single channel. Target non-zero weekly. Live fire. Apply rules 4 through 7 across 3 arenas so your nervous system can do it when eyes are on you. If they insist, diagnostic is paid and credited. Echo. Decision Friday. Exit. What they call fair comparison often means free labor. Doors and clocks make comparisons expensive. Sales call. Founder says, "We need you now." You. Rush exists at triple. Door. Silence. Echo. Confirm by Wednesday. Exit. You priced speed, you didn't punish need. You. Version A chosen. If they press, 2 doors. Phase 2 or timeline slip. Exit. Endings teach faster than debates about feelings. A word about emotion, because this isn't cosplay. You will feel a pinch when you stop explaining. That pinch is the part of you that used to buy security with context. Let it ache and pass. Mystery is not meanness. It's stewardship of your attention. When you explain less, people reveal more. When you publish stones, schedules, and rules, decent people relax because they can read you without decoding you. Exit, low and final. Verdict first. You will stop being a museum guide for your value and start being an architect of your frame. You'll replace essays with stones, explanations with doors, performative kindness with warmth on rails, and messy goodbyes with endings that govern. If this part clicked, write one 5 to 7 word verdict in the comments, final, not friendly, and hold 5 seconds of quiet. Feel the room obey the pause? That's mystery becoming law. Binary choice. Keep narrating to be understood or build so clean that understanding is optional. If you choose law, tap like. Subscribe and ring the bell for part 3, the live fuse where we weld all 7 rules into field scenarios, negotiations, leadership, family, and install the metrics that keep your standard untouchable. Share this with the friend who keeps giving free classes to be chosen. 1 breath, 1 beat, move, stop, freeze for 1 clean beat. Do you still believe safety lives in explanations? Do you think if you just add 1 more paragraph, the room will finally treat you right? Do you assume being understood equals being respected? Here's the dangerous truth you keep dodging. Explanations create negotiation. Mystery creates decisions. Machiavelli learned it in courts, where 1 pause toppled a plan. The person who guards the frame doesn't plead for clarity. He makes clarity arrive on his schedule. This is the final forge. We weld all 7 rules into live fire, so your presence bends rooms without noise. Not cruelty, custody. Not manipulation, mechanics. If you're ready, type sealed. Drop your note by 1 and count 5 seconds in the quiet. Feel the pressure lift around you? Good. That's your law turning on. You already know the ritual. 10 seconds before every threshold. Exhale like weather. Lower the note. Widen the gaze. Still the hands. Slow the step. Tilt once, then level. Kill hedges. Name the arena. Build 2 doors. 1 beat of quiet, then 5 to 7 words, final, not friendly. Now, take the 7 rules and run them under heat. High-stakes negotiation. Old you performs a TED Talk for free. New you runs the sequence in under a minute. Clock. Offer closes Friday. Warmth after law. 1 nod only after they choose. Ending. Version A chosen. Stand. Exit. If they probe your worth again, you don't defend your soul. You repeat the box once, then end at the second mock. Exits beat comebacks. Rooms remember endings. Next time they come with the signer, not a speech. Leadership with pressure. A senior exec says, "Be a team player." You cut it with geometry. Silence. Silence. Stone language. A ship's Thursday 10. Exit. Decision by noon. Stand. Exit. Your tone stays calm, not sharp. Cold isn't cruel. Cold is controlled. Controlled is collaboration's best friend. Procurement maze. Translation: free consulting to make you easy to replace. You run the sieve. Silence. Silence. Clock. Confirm by Wednesday. Stand. Exit. You did not argue. You offered architecture. Architecture makes disagreement expensive and progress cheap. Client scope creep. Smiling. It's a tiny tweak, just this once. Your mouth used to reach for biography, effort, emotion, nights and weekends. That was your discount in disguise. Now you use law. Silence. Silence. Stand. Exit. At home. Yes, at home. You aren't a different person in your kitchen. You keep a human heart and you keep structure. Warmth after law. I care. Silence. Your love gets stronger when your rules are legible. Mystery here isn't a wall. It's a frame that stops the conversation from drowning in essays about feelings. Public brand. Your urge is to post long behind-the-scenes threads to win trust. Don't. Stone language only. Prototype delivered Tuesday. Openings Thursday 10. 3 lines. No emojis to buy acceptance. Evidence is a quiet megaphone. Your audience can feel the temperature shift. Reliable, unavailable, real. Crisis. You shipped late. Old you would dump context to beg forgiveness. New you upgrades the law. Exit. That's not cold. That's repair. Mystery here is not withholding. It's refusing to recruit the public as your therapist. Now the dashboard that keeps your ego sober when the world calls you rigid, translation, no longer exploitable, mystery index. Percentage of decisions made after your 5 to 7 word verdict plus 1 silent beat. Target rising. Stone streak. Consecutive weeks you posted the 3 stones. Outcome, opening, rule. Target streak rising. Door conversion. Decisions closed inside your 2-door frame after 1 repeat. Target rising. Signer attendance. Percent of meetings with decision owner present. Target 80% plus. Silence yield. Average seconds of quiet after verdict before new facts surfaced. Target 5. 7 in hot rooms. Exit consistency. Second mock endings divided by total confrontations. Non-zero weekly. Price integrity. Percent of work at or above floor. Percent of rush at triple. Target 100. Rising. Warmth discipline. Kindness delivered after law, not before. Exceptions less than once per week. Corridor closures. Number of off-thread attempts routed back to 1 channel. Non-zero weekly. Drills to set this in bone. 7 days. 1 per day. No speeches, reps. Day 1. Doorway weld. 10-second ritual at every threshold until you're bored. Bored means automatic. Day 2. 5-word forge. 3 real decisions compressed to 5 to 7 words. Half speed. 5 seconds of quiet. Send. Day 3. Gate blast. Publish openings Tuesday 2, Thursday 10. Decline 1 ungated request. Offer paid diagnostic. Do not explain. Day 4. Box reps. Day 5. Surgical exit. End 1 room at second mock. Calm. Stand. Leave. Log how quickly the next invite arrives with the signer present. Day 6. Stone drop. 3 lines only. Outcome, opening, rule. No mood, no emojis. Day 7. Mercy with a meter. Approve 1 aligned upgrade inside scope or 1 rush at triple. Announce like weather. Advanced traps and the cold answers that keep you from sliding back into essays. Silence. Exit. Silence. You do not debate their cousin's cousin. Markets are full of ghosts. Silence. Confidence is not a substitute for architecture. Architecture outlives mood. Answer. Prototype shipped Tuesday, openings Thursday 10. Stones, not strain. How this feels in your body matters. Your chest will itch to rescue silence. Your jaw will want to explain. Let the itch pass. You are not withholding. You are protecting the temperature where truth appears. When you stop explaining, rooms self-reveal. Budgets step forward. Owners raise hands.
Hecklers run out of oxygen. That sensation you've been calling finally fair is actually relief, the relief of law. Your closing creed, low and final. I don't sell my value with essays. I frame with law. I price speed. I gate access. I end at the second mock. I publish outcomes, openings, rules. I do not meet without a signer. I do not reveal process before deposit. I keep kindness rare and scheduled. I let silence carry the bill. Exit clean. Verdict first. Stop explaining yourself. Install the law of mystery so strong the room has to calibrate. Doors over paragraphs. Clocks over apologies. Stones over stories. Warmth after law. Exits as law. If this series straightened your spine, write one 5 to 7 word verdict in the comments right now. Final, not friendly. Hold 5 seconds of quiet and feel the temperature drop. Binary choice. Keep narrating to be chosen or build architecture so understanding becomes optional. If you choose architecture, tap like. Subscribe and ring the bell so the next play lands on schedule. Share this with the friend who keeps giving free classes to earn respect. Final, low, and final. Exhale like weather. Count 5, let the vault door close. That hush you hear isn't emptiness, it's gravity. Use it.